Hi, Matt Goman here. I'm doing a persuasive presentation over fire service related heart attacks. Firefighters face danger every day, whether it be vehicle extrication, responding to car wrecks, structure fires, and believe it or not, contrary to belief, the heart attacks is the #1 cause of deaths in the fire service. There's an article, an insurance article, I believe it's VFISinitials.com website. They talk about if firefighters could just learn to simply educate themselves on health style and work out more, it would decrease the risk for heart disease and deaths and heart attacks for firefighters. I've done a little bit of research, actually a lot of research on this presentation through the internet, through group studies at work, through seminars. I actually have a certification in physical training, so that's kind of helped me prepare for this speech or this presentation. First, let's talk about the four causes, or the three main points of the presentation. The first thing I'll be talking about is the causes of the heart attack. Second thing will be the prevention or preventative measures that we can take to avoid having heart attacks in the fire service. And third is changing the culture in the fire service to be more proactive, to take care of ourselves. The first thing is the statistics and the causes that I'd like to talk about. Disturbing enough, like I already mentioned before, heart attacks is the #1 cause of death, which most people, the general public probably doesn't realize that the heart attacks is what causes firefighters to die more frequently than the job-related injuries. Actually, 45%, there was a study in 2012, 45% of 85 firefighters died of heart attacks in 2012. Risk factors for heart attacks: high blood pressure, high cholesterol, stress levels, family history, smoke inhalation, which is rare. It's more on the medical side, just not taking care of themselves, but there is heart attacks from smoke inhalation or just repeated exposures to it. And then sudden awakening in the night due to multiple alarms while you're sleeping. So I've talked about the causes of heart attacks. I keep wanting to say fire attacks, but heart attacks. So now let's discuss the different ways to prevent heart attacks in the future for firefighters. Several factors to discuss. The first would be early detection. Just staying on task with doctor visits, physical exams, EKGs, VIA scans. Knowing your limitations. If you have chest pain or you're feeling tired or dizzy or whatever, you just don't feel like you should be at work, just know when to speak up and say something to someone. Simply understanding your limitations and staying proactive with your doctor visits is one of the first steps that you can take to avoid heart attacks. Last I'll discuss living a healthy lifestyle or changing the culture in the fire service to lead to just living a healthy lifestyle and staying proactive to avoid heart attacks. Sorry. I feel like the first thing, it has to start at the top. Like your shift commanders need to lead by example. They need to be the ones setting the tone for their crews at all different ranks. So if they expect everybody to be fit and stay physical, then they need to be doing it as well. Another thing, I believe Fire Rescue Magazine talked about including everybody, and they mentioned the stakeholders, which is the employees at every rate, including them on communication, getting them involved. A lot of people are afraid to speak up, so just providing that atmosphere of open loop communication and letting people just speak up if they feel like they're out of shape, overweight, and they're not too afraid to talk about it, and provide that opportunity for them. Next, I think that we need to get the community involved to show the community that we're being proactive in changing the culture. We can do that by citizens exercise program. We can do that by hosting a first aid class, a CPR class, just in general, trying to get the citizens involved because they're part of our culture as well. So understanding how to create a healthy lifestyle culture will help firefighters incorporate the proper elements and tools to change the way we do things and to avoid heart attacks in the future. So the main points that we talked about today was the causes of heart attacks, what we can do to avoid them or prevent them from happening, and last we discussed the change in the fire service culture. Remember, even though it can be prevented by taking care of yourself away from work at a personal level, sometimes that's still not enough. We just need to have, see those opportunities to speak up or to make a change whenever we see that we're not living that healthy lifestyle. In closing, educating myself about how to prevent heart attacks has taught me to want to lead by example, to be proactive in changing the culture in the fire service. It's taught me to want to communicate with my crews more, get involved with them, and sometimes it just is simply sitting down at the kitchen table, breakfast time, and starting off the conversation about how I feel about myself in general, if I'm in shape enough to go on a fire if one was to happen. Last, our citizens call us on their darkest moments, so we have to take care of ourselves if we are expected to take care of them. And that's it, and thank you for listening.